On today's Minute of the Apes, it might be our shortest minute ever.
They greenlit the sequel without a story in mind. They just wanted to equal an unexpected gold mine. He said, oh no, as Heston said, I got to go. These are just some of the facts you ought to know as we go. Beneath the Minute of the Apes. Beneath the Minute of the Apes. Beneath the Minute of the Apes.
The only good human is a dead human.
Hello and welcome to Minute of the Apes, the daily podcast where we break down every minute of the Planet of the Apes movies, 1 minute at a time. I am Todd with Richard and Sean.
Hey.
Hello. Here we go. We're kicking it up to minute 37. You'd think that I would slow it down because I'm not going to lie. This is one of those minutes where there's not a lot of action to talk about.
Really.
So, Sean, why don't you kind of explain to us what's going on before we listen?
We got minute 37 starting with Nova and Brent still being let off and ends with the prison cart riding towards the camera.
And here we go, listening to minute 37 and go.
I'll take the key.
To the target range.
Wait! I'd better double lock the door. Good luck. All right.
All right, as minute 37, we have 3 living humans, 4 dead humans, 1 dead ape, a shrewdness of apes, and a gaggle of humans.
Okay.
Well, there's something that happens halfway through this minute that I found really interesting.
Okay, maybe you'll be what saves this minute because
Well,
Sean
we'll
and I
get
both...
to the half minute in a second.
We'll talk about the half minute because I'm surprised it's not something that's a major point for you.
Maybe I missed it.
All right.
So the thing that I have right off the top goes back to my hatred of the pullover mask because we've got a doofus on the carriage.
Right.
And the way this is framed when they're led to this carriage is the carriage is kind of framed positive. We've got a gorilla to the right. We've got them entering left to right. And the driver up top.
Right.
All I need of that driver is one of two things. Either his back is to the camera, because I know he's wearing the purplish vest, got the hair. I know it's a gorilla. But the damn dumbass, the way they have it, he's standing and kind of looking back down, and you can see it's a pullover mask.
Oh.
All he had to do
Would not look?
was, even if he looked, is look away quickly before I can register it. It says it. The staging of this shit is driving me nuts at this point. And this falls on the assistant director in so many ways, because a director very rarely is going to give much time and credence to the driver. The assistant director is going to say, hey, you need to sit down at when he calls action, to wait 1 beat and sit down.
I know we're doing an audio podcast, so nobody will see this, but you're going to see it. I mean, how much of that look over do you have to do? Like, you don't even have to turn your chin over your shoulder. You just do slightly, and that's enough to say what's going on.
Did he want to go to his family and go, hey, I'm the dumbass up here that you can see that has a pullover mask on? Oh, yeah, you're the guy sitting down. It's horribly shot.
So we're back so basically Brent and Nova are led outside. Zira follows them. We're now outside of the science facility.
We get the new pins outside.
We have the larger pins now. There's the wagon there. What I liked about this opening scene is we got to see Zira's beat shuffle again. She's trying to move hurriedly, and the way that Kim Hunter does the shuffle is that kind of awkward huff, 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 huff.
She's great.
Huff, 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 huff.
Yeah.
We haven't seen her really walk like that in the rest of this particular movie, but it reminded me of that very much the beat shuffle where she's just kind of going through it. So Brent and Nova are kind of pushed into a wagon that is currently empty. There's not other humans marked for going for target practice. And
by the way, that was a 25-second shot of them getting into the cage.
It was.
It's like
locking the key, all that kind of stuff.
Shot, yeah.
But to be fair, you have to have these moments where it's less information, more just
Yeah, but again,
living in the
just
moment.
A wonder. I mean, today there would have been them getting in
3 angles.
Just
You
so
would
many
have told it
different
through
things.
images.
So, I mean, interestingly enough, they have the line where Zira says, "I'll take the key."
Yeah.
And then
Hey, I don't think she double locked the door.
Well,
Are we to the double lock yet?
Well, the only thing I would have to say before that is I think whenever you saw the people in the pen outside, they said, who can climb walls? You three? Go. Climb.
Yeah. So, go ahead, Richard. Do you want to say something before we get to the double
well,
lock?
the script doesn't have that line.
It doesn't?
Oh, really?
The script does not have "I'll take the key." The script has Zira says to the driver, "These poor animals, they think blind force is the answer to everything." The driver grunts. Then Zira says, "Wait, I'll double lock the door."
Okay.
Yeah.
So Zira is talking to the driver when she says, "I'll
Instead
double
of
lock
the guy
I'll
in
double
the
lock
back,
the door,"
yeah.
and
I
not
like
the guy
that
with
so
the key.
much. I like
Yeah.
that so much more. But why?
It gives a reason why she's involved.
Yes. Why? What the is double
Double
locking?
lock the door. Yeah.
Because I am a paranoid person. I am not OCD about anything except every night I set the alarm in my house and I check the doors. And I probably do it. And I realize this is my cuckoo pants. I check those locks probably 3 times. I walk around the house and do it.
you know what you do?
What?
When you lock it, you take a picture of it, then you know it's locked.
Screw that. I enjoy it. You know what? I get my extra steps in for
There
the
you
day
go.
and I'm taking care of myself. But what is double locking? All she had to say is, "Oh, let me check this lock." That's what you say. I don't think anybody in the 70s went, "Oh, I double lock all my doors too."
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, so she says, "These poor animals, they
Hey.
think blind force is the answer to everything. Wait, I'll double lock the door." Under cover of the clatter, Zira whips out her key and unlocks
Oh, yeah,
the
that's
cage
different,
door
too.
without opening it, as opposed to taking the key from the guard who's locking the door.
I don't know why
They had to be in that moment and realize that it didn't make sense for her to pull a key out of nowhere.
Why did
Because
they?
are all the locks the exact same key source?
Why did they
Monkey
even do?
keys.
Hey, I need
Monkey
to double
keys.
lock the door. Why didn't she say, "Hey, I need to check the gate"?
Yes.
and then give him the key and just give Brent the key, and
That would have been nice
a
too.
scene of him giving the key would have been enough. The logic of this moment really doesn't really make
because
any sense.
that will make sense in the future minutes of this week, because there is stuff that happens that Taylor does. I mean, Brent does. I'm keep on getting Taylor and Brent mixed up. That Brent does that doesn't make sense for Nova just to be in a cage. Anyway,
And I can hear so many people probably having objections to what I've said about that when she meets Brent, when he got the clothing, yada yada, and all those scenes. I'm even going back to this. There's so many things that could have occurred about her just meeting Brent in this. She could have had the mistaken identity of Taylor in the scenes right before Ursus came in, when she's like, "You're not Taylor."
Yeah.
And the wheels are turning. The unspoken thing is just as powerful. And even in this, she gets that weird little look that I could see her giving to Taylor in this moment that doesn't belong to Brent. It's like, how did he earn that? There's no connection between them.
At the very end of this, when the cart rides off, what does she do? She blows him a kiss.
Yes.
Why does she blow Brent a kiss?
I thought that, Richard. I did think
That's the moment that I'm talking about.
that
because
should
of
be
her-
Taylor in there, not Brent.
Her affection for Taylor and all those awkward moments we talked about last movie,
Yeah,
where you thought
right
she
there.
might have had a romance or a fantasy about Taylor,
Makes
is
sense
happening
here.
at that moment.
Okay.
That's why she blows him a kiss and looks at him longingly. He even darts his eyes looking at her like, why did she blow me
That's
a
a
kiss?
Taylor moment, not a Brent moment.
I'm going to be honest why I didn't put that in here. And I'm going to peel back the banana. I was
Wait.
I was afraid.
Keep your pants on.
I was afraid you guys would go, "Come on, quit with all this," because I literally did. It's like, Jesus Christ, she has got such a thing for humans that she's
She does.
cosplaying in her house
Yeah,
with human clothes.
Oh, yeah.
and now she's blowing kisses at her.
That's it. Cornelius, put these on for me. No, this one goes over your head.
She has a bestiality fetish.
Those are her stinky underwear humans that she.
And I can't smell. Oh,
Cornelius, let's get it.
I love that human smell. Let me rub it on your face.
Oh, we know how she made that baby.
What baby?
So
There's a baby?
Kim Hunter. They've
Oh, wait, we're
they've
talking
alluded-
about the previous movie when she was
No,
supposed
they've
to be
alluded
pregnant.
they've alluded to this movie that she might be pregnant.
Yeah, they've alluded to in previous comments that
Oh,
they're
yeah, I'm
ready to be a baby.
sorry.
exactly.
Yeah.
So Kim Hunter's such a great actress that she even pulls off a reaction that doesn't belong, because I don't doubt the character's sincerity of that kiss,
But it shouldn't be for that character.
but it shouldn't be given to that one. It would be, that's.
I would be more impressed. I would buy it more if she did it for Nova rather than Brent.
If she went to Nova in this moment and handed it to Brent and said something like, "Take care of him, find Taylor," that would be so sincere, because who she loves is Taylor. Has not to do with Brent. She might even look at him and go, "You're no Taylor."
Yeah, no.
So the script says, "Good luck," whispers to Brent. Driver cracks whip. Wagon moves off. That kiss blow is not in this script at all.
So maybe Kim Hunter comes up with it when they're shooting it, and our director should have said no.
No, not for that.
He needed a send off. She says good luck, right? Whispers good luck.
Right.
But maybe they wanted another moment in there, so they kind of add that in. The editor left it in as opposed to it actually being real. One of the things I found really, really distracting about these tights on Zira is the fact that her mask does not fully cover her chin.
No, you actually see a natural double chin beneath her chin.
Yeah, I had that in there too.
It was super, super distracting.
I did have that. This shot makes Zero like she
how
look
do
like
you-
she has a double chin. Can Apes get that?
How do you let that? How do you not catch that?
Yeah. Because
it
you
was
don't have another shot.
But it was multiple. But it was multiple shots. It wasn't just one. They were constantly on her.
Because they
and you
all
could
look
see her
like that.
chin.
Wow.
However, let's be fair, in 1971, so your bit of film history for the day, the idea that directors watch monitors.
No, yeah, that's
Playbacks?
new. That's new.
Who-
That's
does
Jerry
anyone-
Lewis.
Jerry Lewis invented
Bing,
that.
he built the monitor.
He ended up directing,
The
and
feedback
there's,
monitor.
if my wife were here, because she loves Jerry Lewis, she knows this. He has a great film where it was literally he built floor upon floor, and he wanted the camera to pan down and go from floor to floor to floor. And he was like, "I need to be able to see what you're doing," and so he came up with the idea of putting a camera within the diopter to watch it. That was not commonplace in
You
1971.
couldn't see. You had to shoot it and then print it the next day.
The
and then figure it
director would
out.
go up and look through the viewfinder, the diopter,
make it as focused or
and,
whatever.
and the DP would set everything up. They're going to come. I like it. Let's play through the scene. They're watching it, and then they're going to step back and look over the shoulder so that they have a close approximation as they look over the camera's shoulder. Essentially,
Right.
He might not have seen it.
A double chin like that, yeah.
Because then whenever they actually color correct it and expose it, that's going to bring up the color levels here. So they might not have seen it.
Fair. It was just
It's a bad shot, though. It's
right.
a
Yeah,
bad
and
shot.
you would have seen that in a theater. I mean, it would have been very obvious in the theater.
Yeah.
That being said, Jerry Lewis also did the clown in the Nazi camp movie.
Yeah.
So, too.
Well, Jerry Lewis has his place in cinema, and people that don't want to acknowledge that are dumbasses. But like many
Yeah.
filmmakers,
He did-
they've made mistakes, and that's a bad mistake.
Mm-hmm.
So we spend kind of the end of this minute after that kiss blow with a shot of them leaving the town, and it's kind of an unnecessary. We're riding out of town, and we get closer as they ride out of town. It just was.
And
It,
know
it
what?
felt like shots that they took from the previous.
I have a note
sequence.
here. It started to feel like they built this cart, and damn it, we're getting our money's worth out of it.
Well, exactly, and they probably did say something. You'll do this. They're going to shoot that sequence where we're watching the Apes train, and then the assistant director or the script supervisor will go, "You know what, Mr. Post, we've got shot 23 AB 412 that actually is them leaving.
Right.
Can we just get it here? Sure, let's grab it." And they'll grab it. That's part of filmmaking, but it doesn't do anything to differentiate, and that's where the sameness becomes apparent again and again and again and again.
Yeah.
That we have nothing new in this.
So they're taken out of the city. You see that tight shot, and then we kind of end this moment with them. What appears to be the horse and cart riding towards the camera in an unknown location.
Yeah.
Right
just-
now, we're
yeah.
definitely clearly somewhere that's not back in the account.
Yeah, we don't know we don't know where they're taking them yet.
Correct.
Yeah.
I want to be. I want.
But where's this target practice? Because we're leaving the military exercises that we just saw. We just drove past that moment. So I have no idea where target practice is.
And to that point, when we come into the coming minutes, there are a lot of problems with where are they going. It is
correct.
not
Correct.
completely communicated. Now,
Yeah, because-
before we leave this minute alone, I want to be very fair to a really nice moment in this of makeup. The shot of Zira's hands.
Oh yeah,
they look
yeah.
great.
They look like ape hands.
They do a fantastic job of taking a human hand. I mean, you could complain that they could put little
They
marks on it
darken
to
it,
really
make her nails dark or
but
whatever.
they do a great job with the hair for a throwaway moment when she's double locking the door. of making it look like
And
a simian
well,
hand.
well, they did go in on the moment to let us look closely at them, but they did a great job with that, particularly the fact that we can see her chin.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a weird, like, look at